Colossians 2. All the treasures of wisdom and knowledge are hidden in Christ. Take heed, lest there will be anyone taking you captive through philosophy and empty deceit, according to the tradition of men, according to the principles of the world, and not according to Christ. For in him dwells all the fullness of the deity bodily, and you are complete in him, who is the head of all, rule and authority, in whom also you were circumcised with the circumcision made without hands, in the removal of the body of the flesh, in the circumcision of Christ, having been buried with him in baptism, in which also you were raised with him through the working of the faith of God, the one having raised him out from the dead. And you being dead in trespasses, and in the uncircumcision of your flesh, he made alive together with him, having forgiven us all the transgressions, having blotted out the handwriting against us in the decrees, and he has taken it out of the way, having nailed it to the cross. Having disarmed the rulers and the authorities, he made a show of them in public, having triumphed over them in it. Colossians 3. If then you have been raised with Christ, seek the things above, where Christ is sitting at the right hand of God. Set your minds on the things above, not the things on the earth. Put to death the members which are upon the earth, sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, and covetousness, which is idolatry, because of which things the wrath of God is coming on the sons of disobedience, in which you also walked once when you were living in them. Put off all these things: anger, rage, malice, slander, foul language out of your mouth. Do not lie to one another, having put off the old man with his practices, and having put on the new, the one being renewed in knowledge according to the image of the one having created him. As the elect of God, holy and beloved, put on hearts of compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, bearing with each other and forgiving each other. If anyone should have a complaint against another, even as the Lord has forgiven you, so you also. Beyond all these, put on love, which is the bond of perfect unity, and let the peace from Christ rule in your hearts, and be thankful. Colossians 4. Walk in wisdom toward those outside, redeeming the time. 1 Thessalonians 1. They themselves report what reception we had from you, and how you turned to God from idols, to serve the living and true God, and to await his Son from the heavens, whom he raised out from the dead, Jesus, the one delivering us from the coming wrath. 1 Thessalonians 2. So we speak, not as pleasing men, but God, the one examining our hearts. You remember, brothers, our labor and hardship, working night and day, in order not to burden any one of you. We proclaimed to you the gospel of God. Walk worthily of God, who calls you into his kingdom and glory. Therefore we wanted to come to you, I indeed Paul, both once and twice, and Satan hindered us. You are our glory and joy.